Welcome back. Mission 4, Fields of Fire Campaign Vietnam. We are on turn 5. Now, I don't know if I'm making good enough progress. This guy's got me kind of held up. I've hit him with three in a row, yeah, and I have not done the damage I need to do. I may take a chance and try and move a unit onto that card this turn and see what we can do. Only got one. These are the only two cards I have left to clear. So let's start out. No HQ event. So the CO 3, and he is not undercover, so he has 4. So he is going to activate. I think I'm going to activate those two and not the second. 1, 2. And hated I lost my sniper. So I think I'm going to. Oh, you know what? Oh no, he was turned into a fire team. So actually, this is all pinned fire. But that happened after. Okay, well. I'm going to activate the second as well. And I'm going to then have this guy attempt to unpin that unit. So that is my HQ, so he's drawing 2. 1, 2. So he did succeed. He is not pinned. This fire is now small arms. All right. So that's all 4 of his. First is a veteran. He gets 4 commands. Trying to think of, do I go for it here? Kind of want to get this guy moving. Well, let's see. Letter team ain't going to help me. Yeah, I'm going to try to get him rallied with, so I get 3 draws. Well, I only needed 1, so he is rallied. He's now an assault team, which means this goes away and that goes away. That was 1. Attempt to infiltrate. 1, 2. So he's exposed. Tell him to look for cover. 1, 2. So we found cover. That would be 3. And then I'm going to radio this guy and tell him to try to rally him. 1, 2, 3. So he failed. That's all 4. Second platoon, undercover line. So he gets 5. So he has 10 total. I am going to tell this unit to attempt to infiltrate here. So 1. So he did infiltrate. onto that card. I'm going to call him and tell him to attempt to grenade that guy. Do I want him to do it? Yeah, we'll have him attempt a grenade. 1, 1, 2. So it was move, grenade. I'm going to exhort. So that failed. So that's 3. I can spend down to 4. There is a grenade miss on this card, which will affect us both. I'm going to have him lay down smoke. Got to remember that. I'm going to tell him to grenade because he can attempt a grenade. So he's drawing 2. 1, 2. Failed. Exhort. Failed. And I think I will stop. No. One more. He's going to use his last command, and he's going to try to unpin that guy. 1, 2. So he did unpin that litter team. Oh, wait a minute. Not that litter team. He's still pinned. This litter team. Okay. So he spent 4. First sergeant is a veteran, so he gets 5. He has 9. He's going to call this guy to attempt to rally him. 1, 2, 3. Exhort. So he failed to rally. So that's 2 commands. I'm going to tell this guy to attempt to infiltrate up here. 1, 2. Failed. So he's exposed and undercover. He is going to, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, which causes this guy to stop firing, this guy to stop firing, and this guy to stop firing. They all are in line of sight of that smoke, so they're no longer firing there. I do have an automatic weapon. They have all pinned fire on me. Okay, this is a little crazy. So, because I basically have done 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to attempt to have this guy infiltrate. 1, 2. He failed. So that guy is now exposed. But he is then going to call this guy and tell him to move here and attempt to infiltrate. 1, 2. So he did infiltrate. Oh no, he can't infiltrate again. It's not allowed. But he is allowed to move up there. Don't know how stupid that is. I can't cross over here. I don't like doing this at all. Well, I'm doing it. Attack helicopters. 2 flights, yeah. All right. So let's see. I'm curious what we get here. This may have been, oh, that's, well, okay. So I used 6. So we're down to 3. General initiative 0. Well, I just screwed myself. So this guy is all pinned. Now this was just an absolute stupid move on all levels. I was thinking I could infiltrate him up there. But I can't. Well, wait a second. No, because it was during the activation. Yep. They all activated. Second, the platoon and the staff do activation impulses, all one impulse. I think I'm about to get screwed. Well, I think I just screwed myself. All right, HQ event. They do not have one. We are heavily engaged. Activity. This actually is flipped to here. They're firing there. Got those fires. I think that's it. Oh, wait a minute. Activity. God almighty. I got myself all turned around. 6 of them. All right, well, here we go. Number 1. This guy, he's unspotted. He doesn't see anybody. He should be removed, but he's in the way I'm playing, enemy fortification. I'm choosing to not have him leave if in a field fortification. If just general cover, different. All right, 5. Number 2. 1, 2. So here. This guy is undercover. He is not under fire, but has a valid target. So 1 through 3, that is a 1. He does nothing. This guy is actually going to use his last ammo. So I'm going to actually. He cannot concentrate fire. So he's just going to do, that guy's going to do nothing. All right, we got 4 left. Number 4. So it's going to be here. This guy is on the same card, undercover. A 1 through a 4. That is a 4, which is on the same card, undercover, delay defense, attempt to make a grenade attack. He cannot make a grenade attack, so he will do nothing because he is pinned. Oh, I looked at the wrong thing. I drew a 4. He is pinned on the same card, undercover. I'll never see what it was. But it was a 4. So I'm guessing that is a fallback, is where I'm going to take that. I think he should fall back to here. When you see a 4 on a 4, you probably have a 4 or a 5 on the 5 too. So he's going to fall back because he doesn't want to fall back because of the fire there. And this is better cover. And this guy cannot move. And these guys will not fire through there. So he is firing at me. Well, ironically, those are the same. So 1, 2. 2. So he's actually firing here. And we don't have fire here. And he is a crossfire, I believe. I got crossfire on that card. All right. And this guy's firing here. And I'm going to be attacking myself with a grenade miss. Basically an even die roll, which is a bummer. All right, 3 to go. That is a 1. So up here. That is an assault team. Assault team not on an opposing unit's card with no leader, a 1 or a 2. 2 is to infiltrate. So that is nothing. So he did nothing. 2 to go. 2. So it's this card. This guy he's going to use his last ammo, so he would not concentrate fire. So the other guy is on a 1 through a 3. So a 3. So if we look here, he is trading fire. Or no, he is not under fire, but has a valid target. Delay defense, 1 through 3. That is a 3. He's going to attempt. He's a veteran. He's going to get 3 shots at a concentrate fire. So 1, 2, 3. So he did concentrate fire. And then this guy's going to do nothing. He's continuing to lay down his automatic. So this guy's it's got a -2. He could be hurting. And then the last one is right here. And this is pinned on the same card, not undercover. Pinned on the same card, not undercover. 1 through 5. A 2. Move into or seek cover. Well, there is no cover, so he's going to draw 4. So 1. So he did. He found cover now. Cover but exposed. So it actually hurts him by 1 on this particular shot. Okay, that's all of theirs. Capture, I don't think there's any. Well, yeah, I capture that guy. Take that back. Enemy casualties captured. That's the only casualty captured. So there is no retreat. I don't believe. This guy is a litter team, but he doesn't have a casualty. They're all still pinned. They won't be, though. I am bringing out the FAC. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's going to depart at the end of turn 9. And I'm going to place the FAC I'm going to actually place him on this card. All right, now I'm going to put him on this card right here. Order and call for airstrikes, and he has close, so he... Now, this guy is pinned, so he does not get a shot. Pinned doesn't get a shot. Doesn't have, none of these guys have got, so that card does not face any kind of anti-tank fire. So now we have fire mission update. So this goes away. And then we have potential contact markers. I don't think anything happened here with that. So potential contact markers. So we have 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here. So we do the A first. We are heavily engaged still on that card together. So A is heavily engaged, 3 draws. 1, 2, 3. All right, nothing there. 2 Bs. So the second one. So that right there, we're drawing 2 cards. 1, 2. Nothing here. And then this one, which I don't really care. I hate to be mean. Didn't really care about them, but nothing there. So we've cleared every card on row 1 and 2, which is part of the mission instructions. Secure the primary and secondary objectives. Clear rows 1 and 2. So the goal now is those 2 cards. I don't know if does the FAC trigger? Interesting. Does an FAC trigger? I'm going to actually pause and check. So it appears they do trigger. I'm looking at on Board Game Geek. There's a Vietnam do aircraft trigger PC resolution. Somebody asked, and he specifically, what about attack helicopter 02 FAC AEC 47 gunship? And Andrew replied, yes, they'll trigger potential contacts. There's a note mentioning it in the under the attachment table in mission 2, for example. Now that's kind of a buried. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually move the FAC to here. The reason is I don't think it's right to trigger that out of order, and so if I'd have had it here, it would have all been the same potential contact, and I don't think that has any game effect, and I don't want to do that out of order. So that's how I'm going to resolve that mistake. But that was an interesting find. I had never thought of that, so actually not a terrible thing to have them trigger those. So in fact, I probably will start doing that. Pinned recovery. All right. These guys are no longer pinned because they're not being fired on. And this guy's fine. He is a litter team getting fired on. They're definitely getting fired on. This guy is not being fired on. And then these two. So I think that's that. I think that is accurate. Yeah, so all right, so I think we're just on to the combat results. 2W1 is going to be firing again. I assume I took that last time. I don't know. He's used 4 ammo. Turn 5, that feels right. Because we didn't have guys spotted on turn 1, so that feels right. That's the only people going to be using ammo. So going to go here first. So +3. This guy is +3, +4, +5, -3. So it's +2. So that is a hit. Veteran, paralyzed. But he is basically gone. So that's kind of nice. So he stays pinned. I can put that back. He is exposed. So looking for the cover actually cost him, because that was +1. Now I don't expect this to be much nicer to me. +3. Automatic weapons are the best though, because I'm firing at myself. So +3 -3, so that's a 0. Also a hit. I am line, a casualty. I basically friendly fire. Damn it. Now on a 1 through a 2, this radio is destroyed. 1 out of 2. So that radio is destroyed. That simply dumb. Did not need to push forward to there. Cost myself a casualty. That was just a waste. Annoying. All right. Very frustrating. Continue. Nothing there. So here. +1, +4, so +4. A miss. And then nothing here. Here I'm attacking myself again. +3, -3, so a 0. Also hit and a casualty. I literally just caused 2 friendly fire casualties. And then I'm sure this will be beautiful. So 0 plus 1, those wipe each other out. So -2. Hit. Casualty. Wow. That was rough. So now these guys quit firing. This guy, these guys quit firing too. And they will not fire at anybody because there isn't anybody to fire at. Blah. Well, that really sucked. All right. Man. All right. Clean up. Turn 6. No HQ event. CO gets 3. That's all he's got. Well, I think he's just going to activate everybody. Golly, that hurt. That hurt. But, all right, first platoon. Gets 4. He's a veteran, so 5. Flipped over. He is going to you know what? Hold on. I am not going to activate the second because I wanted one more. Because I wanted to tell this guy, oh, you know what? Hold on. I'm not going to activate the first sergeant either. Because I really want him to tell the FAC to do something. And the so attack helicopters, when do those get to come in? 10.8 be called with an attempt to fire in the same order, same way as an airstrike. All right, I think the attack helicopters can be flipped. So, how many airstrikes do I get? Just 2. I think I'm going to airstrike there. I think I'm going to airstrike there. So he is going to, do I really want to do that? I think I do. So he'll lay down white phosphorus. Which he's basically just laying down. But I probably should use this different white phosphorus. We can use that. It's not really incoming, but it's also not going to be an attack. But then he's going to attempt to call for an airstrike. And so his attempt to call airstrike, FAC 3. So 1, 2, 3. So he called an airstrike in successfully. So that is going to be a -7. Incoming. We got an airstrike right there. All right. And this was because the airstrike needs to see it. He needs to know where. So it takes 2 commands to call an airstrike. All right. So those were the 2 commands. And those guys are not active. And he had 5. So he's actually going to tell this guy to come here. And he's just going to move. So he's exposed and under cover. That's 1. He's going to attempt to infiltrate here. 1, 2. Failed. This moves here, and I have automatic fire there. So that's 2. I think I'm going to do a platoon move. One. Yeah, all these guys are going to move. 2, 3, 4, 5. So all of these guys are exposed. God, I hope that doesn't bite me. What do I have on this card? 12. So, okay. And I'm leaving him here. That was 2. Can't talk to him. He's there, so I can't do anything there. I only have 1 left, so I think I'm just going to save it. So now I need to hope I get 1 general initiative because I'd like to move on to that card. Second is undercover line, so he gets 2. So he's got 6. It's going to radio this guy and tell him to move here. This doesn't exist anymore. When he does, shoot, we open fire. Actually, he's going to be firing at me. Yeah. It's going to look like this. Because that guy doesn't have any fire, so that was 1. Platoon move. So all of these guys are going to be under here. Exposed. Well, they can infiltrate now. I'm going to platoon infiltrate. 1, 2, failed. 1, 2, failed. So those failed. That's 3 spent. 2, 3. And do I want to do anything else? Got an airstrike there, so I just don't see why I would want to do anything else. And then the first sergeant gets 1, so he's got 4. He is going to activate 1, 2, reconstitute the squad, which I can actually delete that. And that is now, he's lined, so that's actually accurate because they came from that. So that's 3. And then I'm actually going to flip that guy back to his fire team because I'm reconstituting the 4th platoon, who is green. So I used all 4 of his commands. All right. 2 general initiative. That's good. Because one of them is going to be to have this guy attempt to infiltrate here. This was actually gone and that's up there, but now it's back. That's 1, and then we are going to cease fire. When I cease fire here, he actually does cease fire because he's not going to fire on that guy either. And this doesn't exist because, well, actually, I was allowed to infiltrate. I'm going to attempt to infiltrate. 1, 2. So he did infiltrate. And the reason I was allowed to infiltrate is these guys hadn't fire on that card. So, so we had fire on that card, even though they weren't firing. And then I ceased fire. So those are my 2. All right. Do they have an HQ event? They do not. 1, 2, 3. That guy is pinned. He's going to be captured. 4, 5. These guys are going to do nothing. They would disappear, but I'm not playing that. So 6 to go. Now this guy we know is going to do, well, depends on the order here. So number 5. So right here. So this guy is trading fire. And so I'm firing at him with small arms. And he is firing at me with small arms. So it's equal. So that is trading fire. Volume of fire is equal to or worse. So 1 through a 3. A 3. Well, he falls back. You bastard. And he's just going to fall back off the card in Vietnam. So that airstrike is going to do not a darn thing. All right. 5 to go. Number 4. So it's here. Well, this could cause that guy to... Nope, it's that card. 1, 2, 3. Yep, 4. So this is pinned on the same card undercover. 1 through 5. A 2. Pretty sure that's nothing. Yep, nothing. So he will get captured. 4 to go? Yep. Number 4. So it's these guys. They're going to do nothing. We know that. Don't really need that. But the order of drawing may make a difference. I don't think it would have on that guy. So 3 to go. Number 2. 1, 2. So here. He's an assault team. Not on a card. So 1 through 2. A 1. He does nothing. All right, 1 to 2. A 1. So it is this guy. He does nothing because he can't fire at anybody. And then this guy is on the same card, undercover, 1 through 4. A 3, I think that's fall back. On the same card, undercover, 2 to a 3 is a fall back. So this guy's going to fall back. That's a 2, that's a 3, that's a 2, but that's undercover as well. So I think equal. But ironically, he's going to fall back and then they're going to start firing on me. So I'm going to go, because this is a 2 plus 1 and this is a 3. So 1, 2, number 1. So he's actually going to this card. When he does, this guy becomes spotted because now there's a spotted unit who has moved on to that card. But at the same time, they open fire. And he is, oh, actually, he had no fire on this guy. The same card. See, he's on the same card as well, it is an opposing unit, even though he's a litter team. So I think that's valid. They don't know why they're hunkered down. All right. So now I've got fire coming on me here. Probably not good. All right, so we can clean up their activity. Capture. I don't think I capture anything. Retreat. He is pinned, so he will not retreat. Nothing there. Well, the capture, I do capture this guy. And it's Vietnam, so it basically turns into a casualty. Neither side takes casualties in Vietnam. Nothing. I think that's the end of that. All right. FAC, or yeah, I can move the FAC now. And I am going to move the FAC into this village. Nobody can shoot at him because these guys are in a bunker. He will trigger that though. And this guy has no fire on him anymore. And this guy has no fire on him anymore because that stopped when I moved up here. So they're firing here. We cannot fire back. We are... I'm firing here. That's a volume of fire. So we basically are just engaged now because we don't have any heavily engaged units anymore. All right. They're moving or incoming. So we got an airstrike there. Potential contact. We're triggering that. So this is engaged. It's A. So 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, that's actually very helpful. Nothing there. So we're just going to move on to that card next. Hopefully this guy we can get to just move there. And then let's trigger. I think we're just fire now. One card that we're evaluating. +1, +2, minus. So it's a 0. Pinned. All right, that's okay. I'm all right with that because I think I can avoid that. All right, and that is the end of that. We did not fire with this guy this time, so there is no cleanup. They continue to fire. They're firing. Oh, these guys should have opened fire here. I forgot all about that. So they would be firing small arms. We do have fire here. Forgot about coming through here. So we have, well, this could be bad. 3 +1s. So he's hit. He's an assault team, all right? +1, pinned, and a miss. All right, well, that's time to get them off that card. Didn't even think of that. And he's out of ammo, so. All right. So that is the end. We can clean up. And we are on to turn 7. And we will pick up turn 7 next video. If you're enjoying this, please like, subscribe to the channel. They can get notified as I post new ones. If you got comments, I'd love to hear them. What I'm doing well, what doesn't make sense, what I'm doing wrong, recommendations. Appreciate you watching.